Start.
Garrosh versus Jaina.
Hey everybody, what's going on? BornforXP here. And today I have a 1 hour special called the Brawl Cavalcade. They were doing an interesting Brawl this week, so I figured why not do a 1 hour special of it. Basically, you pick a class, and that class has different Brawl rules based on Brawls that they've had in the past. So, I'm playing a warrior first, and every time one of my minions dies, I get a banana that, like, does different things. It can, like, buff a minion or deal damage to another minion, etc. And the mage class, which I'm up against, typically their deck is made up of Unstable Portals, which is a 2-cost card that says just get a random minion to your hand and reduce its cost by 3. So that's who I'm up against right now. They also have some secrets in their deck, but I do play a mage later on, so I'll talk about the mage stuff later. Right now, though, I am playing this warrior. Cornered Sentry. Yes, this is. I'm basically doing this because the last video I released was like talking about what's going on with me and my plans for my channel mostly, and it had some Gadget Zan stuff in it that I talked a little bit about, not really, because like I was really hyper that day, so I did a lot of talking. Not necessarily all organized. I'm much more organized today, at least that's how I feel. So since this is newer as well, newer video, it does have some Ungoro stuff in it. And the 2/6 that I just played that summons 3 raptors, I think is a really good warrior card from Ungoro. It's definitely not the best warrior card that came out in the Ungoro set, but I think it is a pretty good one. And now I have a bunch of bananas in my hand. I just need that picture of the guy trying to hold all these bananas. Like, how am I supposed to hold them, man? I don't know. I'm gonna have to find a way. But I gotta use them, right? So this is the best way that I can use them, and then I can deal damage to, you know, the mage, who's probably just gonna concede in a second anyway. I mean, what else are you supposed to do against this? This is just nonsense madness right now. I also don't think that the warrior was actually the best Brawl that was out at the moment. I did play 2 games before this one, and I lost those 2. So my yeah, she just concedes. So my win rate with the warrior was 2-1. I think this might have been the second shaman game that I played. I lost the first one, I think. Actually, maybe not. This might be the first shaman game that I played. But the shaman is based around all the different portal cards, and it reduces all of their cost by 1, which is pretty ridiculous. Yeah, I think this might be the first game I played with the shaman, because I don't think I really lost with it. I think I lost against it a couple times, but it's a strong deck. It's a strong Brawl. You really get some good portals. So I got that Guardian of Kings there, and the rogue deck made up of 30 random spells that summon a minion when played, as you can probably just read right there on the screen. So the party portal is one of the most OP ones because if you get this guy, it's super hard for the opponent to like deal with. Like this early on in the game when you can play it for 2 and it summons 3 3/2s, like how is the opponent even supposed to deal with that, really? Silver Moon Portal. It's a pretty good one. Plus, and then I get another 3/2 out on the board. Like, it wasn't hard enough for the opponent already. And she's probably going to trade the poison in with the 5/3, because you pretty much have to at this point. I liked the portal cards. I think the portal cards were really interesting. I think they were... They're all pretty valuable cards. Moonglade Firelance is really, really good. The Paladin one, which was the Silver Moon Portal, which was the give a minion +2/+2, summon a 2-cost minion. I think that one's one of the ones that's like a little bit lower, but it's still a pretty decent card. Unstable portals are really bad unless you like have a way to reduce their cost. Like for example, they're good in this deck. They're pretty good in this deck, but when you play as the mage who has to pay 2 to get a minion that then costs 3 less, like sometimes it's good if that minion is free, but at the same time if the minion is like 4 or higher cost, then it's basically like you might as well just have the normal minion in your deck, and then you don't have to like spend mana to get it. I don't know, it's just slow. It just feels really slow with the get a minion, then you have to play that minion. It's like essentially like later on when I'm playing it, I'll talk more about it. But right now, yeah, not a whole lot the opponent can do at the moment, because I'm about to like start going into some really good portals. Moonglade is coming up next. Dark Kitten. Show me what you got. Got some nice water here, keep me nice and hydrated. My mouth is still dry as fuck. I think Dark Kitten's about to rage quit. She's having a rough time today. Or he. Could be a guy. I don't know. But, yeah, I'm about to drop some heat on the battlefield with these unstable portals.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here. Your turn to crawl.
That was a good misdirection for her, but or him. I don't know. Maev is a girl, so I'm gonna say it's a girl. I'm just gonna say her, not referring to Dark Kitten, but referring to Maev. Got it. Cool. But yeah, she had a pretty good misdirection there. Unfortunately, I don't think she's coming back from this. Your opponent left. They rage quit. Spoiler alert, she rage quits. It's not foreshadowing, it's just telling you what's about to happen. Skip ahead about 30 seconds in the video while she decides what to do on her turn and then realizes that there's no hope. Zero hope.
I wonder.
Got a haircut the other day. Just filling space at this point. While she decides to do nothing.
Quickly. Your opponent's left.
There we go. Started learning how to play the ukulele too. That's fun.
Valir versus Malfurion.
I must protect.
We're Kiske.
Watch your back.
I really want to make a character in some kind of RPG just named Sir Kiske after meeting this guy.
The pleasure is mine.
Sir Kiske. I would probably spell it differently too, though. I'd probably spell it like WIRKESKE, probably something like that. I don't know. I don't think I can improve the spelling. That's a pretty solid name. We're Kiske. So the druid deck is literally just Raven Idols. That's all it is. It's just Raven Idols. One of the things that I really liked about this Brawl, though, is that some of the Brawls in it I haven't played before, because I didn't start playing until, like, summer 2016. The game's been out since 2015, so, like, I missed the first, like, year and a half of Brawls, and there's, I think, maybe two or three Brawls from, like, that I hadn't played before, and then there were some, like, obviously the rest I have played. I'm fairly certain. Like, I know for a fact that the warrior one I had never played. The rogue one I have played. And I don't think I played the shaman one, just because I didn't play that week. But I was playing at the time that the shaman one was out. This was a pretty good game too. I think it was a decent matchup.
Give me a quest.
I think I was debating on whether to hero like attack and then hero power again versus doing the burgle, but burgle was way better. Couldn't not burgle as a rogue. So what happens if you mind game someone who has no minions in their deck? You get a 0/1 Shadow of Nothing. Mind games whiffed. Your opponent had no minions. I just faffed it. Just faffed the mind games. I like what that implies. That basically implies that, like, I tried to, like, read his mind and he just wasn't thinking of anything. Like, his brain just had zero activity in those mind games. And so there's just nothing going on.
Feed the earth.
I also think there was a way better way of doing that. I think if I just Silver Mooned it and then attacked, it would have been better than using the double attack to kill that Sludge Belcher. But, you know, hindsight, 2020. You learn from it.
What to do?
So I have that mind games. And I'm like, at this point I'm looking at it and I'm like, you know what? I also have that recycle in my hand.
Mine. Oh, mine.
You know what would be really cool? If I recycled a minion and then pulled it back out of his deck onto my side of the field. Because then I wouldn't have a 0/1. Then I'd actually have something. So that burgle earlier in the game which gave me the recycle, is really pretty much what won me this game. Because I'm about to recycle that 5-3. I don't even care what it is, it's getting recycled. Thank you. And now I have another 5-5 on the board. There's not a lot of hope for this druid at this point. He's got a lot of health. I mean, he's got that armor, but his deck's not super fast. He's got to get some good discovers in order to come back. To get control back is what I mean. Not necessarily like he already lost, but like he doesn't have control at the moment. And I can drop that Celestial Dreamer next turn to have another 5-5 on the board.
What?
Plus the Mind Games to get the 4-2 draw a card Death Rattle back out. Polluted Hoarder. I'm not very good with names. I remember the effects based on the card art, but I don't remember the names. Like I'm like that in real life too, where like I'm not good at remembering words or names, but like if I see your face I can remember exactly where I saw it before. Like if I've met you once, next time I meet you I might not remember your name, but like I'll definitely know where I met you based on your appearance.
I can see.
And yeah, that was enough for him. He was not having any more of it. It seemed like there were some premature conceits in some of the... Oh, this is my favorite game that I played. Okay, up against Sanguine, this one was great. I don't quite remember what the Paladin Brawl was, but he's playing a Priest. And the Priest Brawl was the one offensive play, which is where you have a bunch of legendaries in your deck. You have 4 copies of like a bunch of legendaries in your deck, and then you have a couple cards that are basically like reduce the cost of the next legendary minion you play, and all of their copies cost 3 less. And he immediately started with Lore Walker Chose, and I knew this was gonna be a fucking shit storm. Oh yeah, that's right. Servant of Yogg-Saron. So every time I play a minion, it casts a random spell.
Side effects.
Which absolutely, like, made this game shenanigans. Supposed to be going to see Guardians of the Galaxy 2 tonight. Which, this will be coming out the day that I record it, is what I'm hoping for. I recorded it yesterday, and I'm editing it and doing the voiceover today. That kind of sucked. But, it's just, you can see how casting any kind of spell is just gonna start loading up our hands, because I'm not gonna kill those Lore Walker Chose. I was like, no. I sense the ability to have shenanigans, and I'm going to pursue those shenanigans as hard as I can. Plus, now I have a legendary minion in my hand that I can use offensive plays on. So, yeah. That's gonna happen. Now he has some Avenge secrets. 2, to be precise. And I'll just discover another secret that I can then play immediately. I already have Revenge, so let's go with Repentance. This sounds like a good one. Let's give him a couple of coins. And a couple of Repentances, and then he'll have to mill a card, right? Because his hand will be full. And that's basically what we went for. Also, he doesn't get these back, because I'm going to use them right now. His hand's already full, so he doesn't get the offensive play that he needs to play his high-cost legendaries. And now he's free. And that was actually a really good spell that got cost there. Oh, it was another Lore Walker Cho. I forgot that that was the first one he milled. That one would have been fun if he played another one. Holy shit. I love that even though we're playing secrets, we both totally know what the secrets are. Like, it's obvious.
My hand is too full.
That sucked. That was a bad one to mill. That one, because that one would have been like really good. Oh no, the Lore Walker Cho's getting buff. I think I need to clear the 1/1s over there. And give her some more secrets. And by her, I mean Tyrande, not Sanguine. I don't know Sanguine's gender. Don't fucking call me out on some bullshit.
Nothing scares me. Except
They'll probably let me know when this comes out. I'm sure.
You will pay. Move quickly.
Or they'll be too humiliated at this Lore Walker Cho play. No, this game was great. The Lore Walker Chos made this game absolutely awesome. Such a good card.
my hand is full.
That was a good one to mill. It's like we're running out of actual cards in our hands. Like all we have is secrets and coins at this point. I still feel like I have more of the board control though.
Everyone has a price. Everyone has
Oh yeah, she swapped that out. You got Major Domo out there. Gotta reduce Madame Goyam's health by down to 1.
Thank you.
Is that it?
Now I can kill that.
You will pay.
Perfect. That was a really good Divine Shield there. Lore Walker Cho is 6'6" now. Have you ever heard of such a thing? I haven't.
Your debt is due.
And trade away the 4-1 with the 1-1.
Reporting for duty.
I'm just gonna fill her hand up with coins, I think, at this point. And then play the Ivory Knight, I believe. I need another actual card to use. Just in case this goes south. Hammer of Wrath. Yeah, because then if even if she clears everything except for the 1/1, I can still hit her in the face with the 1/1 and then Hammer of Wrath it. Or I guess him now. Yeah, because she's Ragnaros now. So she is now he?
Well
Yeah,
played.
something like that. Something bumping some loud music out here. What the hell's going on? Heard some vibrations. It's just a long game of chain spells.
Everyone has a price.
Yeah, there's not really a lot of hope at this point.
Your debt is doomed.
For justice.
I'm gonna finish you off myself. Because I got this seal of light. That's fine. It was already a 1 health thing. I did message Sanguine, let him know, hey, it's going up on YouTube. Let him get his or her little message out, I suppose. Because I still don't know the gender. I can't assume it's a guy. It's not proper Tosh. Can't let that happen. Yes, you did. You did do the thing. Anyway, on to the next game. We have the Hunter coming out here.
Watch your back.
Let the hunt begin.
So we already know what the Rogue was, and that's start with 30 random spells. Everyone summons a random minion when you cast it. And the Hunter's game, which I don't think we've seen a Hunter yet, is that... I think this might also be the first game that I played with Hunter. I don't remember. But I definitely did not play as this Hunter before. I haven't done this Brawl that the Hunter is based off of. October 14th, 2015, the 18th Brawl. So every turn, the costs of the cards that I have are randomized. Basically. I don't think they can go above their original cost, but they can definitely go below their original cost. And that is going to create for some really interesting combos that you normally otherwise wouldn't be able to do. For example, I was looking at this lock and load and the arcane shot with the Call of the Wild in my hand, and I was like, well, as soon as their costs go low enough, I can lock and load Arcane Shot and Call of the Wild all in the same turn, pretty much. And I was almost there now with the coin, because if the coin with lock and load also works. But I was just a little bit short on mana for that turn.
Your weakness betrays you.
Actually, no, this might have been the second game I played with Hunter. Because I played it once to test it out, and then this time I was like, oh, well, I can just keep Call of the Wild because it doesn't matter, really, because the cost is going to change. It's not like I actually have to wait till turn 9 to play it. And I didn't. I have good old Don Honcho in my hand too, which means I can buff Fugin, which is what I'm gonna do right now, because I got lucky with the cost working out in my favor.
Hey,
It's like, how are you supposed to deal with a 9/12 Fugan? If this were Mugen, he'd be S tier. Mugen Fugan would be S tier.
I wonder.
Pay attention, class.
Yeah, that snipe that I put down at the beginning of the game is never going to go off because the opponent never actually plays minions. They play spells that summon minions, so it doesn't count to the snipe, which sucks, but what are you going to do? I'm just going to hit him in the face. It's like, you can't stop this 9/12. When am I ever gonna get an elemental, right? Like, come on. It's not gonna happen. Might as well just play the 6/6 for 3.
None may steal our secrets.
I am ready to learn.
I'm still threatening lethal though, so she has to clear something. She's got to clear either the 9/6 or the 6/6. And she chose not to clear either. I don't know why she chose not to clear either. Maybe she didn't realize I had lethal. But either way, I had to do the combo, right? Like, I was waiting the whole game to do it. Had to bust it out at the last second. And it was pretty cool. Thought it was a little neat combo there. Now, I think Druid was one of the harder ones to try and I remember playing 2 games before this and was like, at the end of the second game, I was like, there's no way I'm going to win unless it's a mirror match. And then literally the next game against Monk of Wisdom over here was a mirror match. So, now there is one game in this session. I forgot to mention this. I was going to mention it at the beginning of the game. There is one game in the session that I lose. But it was such a good game, I had to keep it in. And it's not this one. It's one of the later ones. Obviously, I kind of already spoiled that. I figure I might as well, like, drill it into stone, like carve it in stone that this is a really good game, but there's still Raven Idols that I might win, I might not, I don't know, who knows. Yeah, I do. So anyway, the Raven Idols, see, the reason why this is so difficult is because the Raven Idols are slow. Like, you spend 1 mana to get a card that you then have to spend more mana to play, and it takes up an extra mana. I wanted to go for the Nourish, but I gotta keep the buffs up. I gotta make sure that my guys don't die quick. Gotta maintain board control, and then deal with the later game in the later game, and not plan ahead, because if I try planning ahead, as I learned in the last couple rounds of Druid, if you try to plan ahead and you don't have board control, then you're fucked. You cannot come back because you're too slow. Also, like, I was looking over there because I was like, does it tell you what the other person picked? Like, does it tell you if they discovered a minion or discovered a spell? And it does not, and I like that it does not. I feel like I might be like one of the only people who actually look at the little sidebar over there that tells you what things have happened in the turn. Because I don't really notice if other streamers or YouTubers even pay attention to that side of the screen. But I do. I really wanted to pick North Sea Kraken here, but I couldn't bring myself to do it because I would have had to wait so late into the game to have it. So I went for the Ancient Mage instead. And now I can initiate phase drop and buff. That's a phase that I'm going through. Yes, it's a phase. I wish it weren't a phase, so I could say it's not a phase, Mom, but apparently it is a phase. It's just one section of the game is just to drop a guy down and buff it. I mean, unless you're... Unless you're like... No, because Paladin's buff in the hand. Say Hunters buff on the board a lot. And Warriors do a bit. So... It's not a phase for them. It's not a phase, Mom. Says the warrior.
Time waits for no one.
We barely survived that. But we probably will be able to kill that with some kind of spell, so let's go for it. Claw. Because I can claw hero power and then hit and then use Raven Idol to get another minion, probably. Dr. Boom? I think at this point I have to go with Dr. Boom.
For the wilds. Job done.
And then next turn I can eye a Black Paw. And then the next turn I can Dr. Boom if I want to. I can boom if I want to. I can leave those bombs behind. If you don't boom, then you ain't no friend of mine. He's so snooty anyway. So I play Aya Blackpaw now, and either he can trade, take out the Aya Blackpaw, and not evolve, or he can hit me in the face and evolve. And I think if I were him, I would hit me in the face and evolve, because you have the potential of getting, what, +3 health, Divine Shield, Either of those two would be really good right now. +1/+1 or Wind Fury would be like moderate. Taunt would also be decent because then I would have to trade the Eye of Blackpaw. But my plan is if he does hit me in the face, which he probably will, I'm just gonna naturalize it and get it out of the way. I took that naturalize from the discovery, just like knowing that surprise naturalize, like he's not gonna expect it, and I'm just gonna take out something that he's buffed a bit, and then that's just gonna be like the swing. And I was totally right, like, yeah, plus 3 health. So he's buffed that enough, and I can just naturalize it out of the way. Can't Dr. Boom this turn, but at the same time, don't really need to. Let's discover a spell. Feral Rage I kind of have to go for at this point. Because it's got too many uses, and swipe, of course. Go for the swipe. And then drop out my Ancient Mage, giving everyone spell damage, which just makes the swipe even better. So I was like really glad that I didn't go for that North Sea Kraken. It was just too late in the game and wouldn't have been useful. Versus this Ancient Mage, which is going to put in some work. Oh, you have a bunch of 2/2s? That's cute. I'm just going to swipe them off the board. Hit you in the face a little bit.
Where am I?
Could deal 5 more damage, or I could discover something useful. Savage Roar. Mark of Nature. Because then I can buff the 1/1 and give him Taunt. So now, even if you want to, you still have to have a spell to kill Black Paw, which means I pretty much have it in the bag at this point.
What?
With the Feral Rage, Hero Power to deal 5 damage, and the Eye of Black Paw to deal 5 damage. Or if the Eye of Black Paw dies, I still get the 2/2 Jade Golem. So, as long as he only kills Eye of Blackpaw, or doesn't kill Eye of Blackpaw, I win. That's also assuming that he doesn't have any kind of healing or armor, which he probably will. But then at that point, if he heals and armors up, he still doesn't have board control, and it's basically just prolonging until I can hit him more and finish him off. Plus I have Dr. Boom, so you know. He's got that 3/6. Wisp of the Old God. No, Savage Roar. Actually, Wisp of the Old God. Because then I can buff their health as well. Haha.
You die now.
Get you there.
Where am I?
I think I'm just going to hit him in the face, or I'll take out the 1/1. Maintain board control, even at this late in the game. Kills Aya finally, but it's a bit too late. Dr. Boom. Actually, I have lethal. Feral Rage for 4, hero power, and then hit everybody. Or swing face with everybody. I just wanted to see what I would get. Druid of the Claw.
Where am I?
I'm exactly lethal. It was a good game.
Gul'dan versus Garrosh.
Victory or death!
Oh, the Shifter's Irises. Yeah, that's right. That's what the Warlock's cards were. Was just have a bunch of Shifter's Irises in your deck. Which I did do this Brawl.
I greet you.
Banana Brawl. Banana Brawl. Do 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 do. Banana Brawl. Do 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 do. I believe the Shifter's Iris Brawl was one of the first ones I ever played. Because I did start playing Hearthstone in June 2016, so I know I played this one. I think I'd take the Curse of Rapham here, just because I felt like it would be some good shenanigans. I knew his hand was gonna fill up with bananas, and if I can put the Curse of Rapham in there, it'll be just even more things in his hand, and it'll be fun for me. I'm just gonna take that armor right out. Yep. Nope. 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 Make the 2/2 a 4/2 temporarily, just to get a little bit of damage in over the armor. I didn't want to use the curse yet. It wasn't time.
For the crusade!
Tortolan Forager. It's not a bad one to have. Add a minion with 5 or more attack to your hand.
Favorite.
It's pretty good. Nah. We're gonna wait another turn. I'm gonna hero power first.
Done.
You gotta time the curse appropriately. Plus, the more Shifter's Irises I have in my hand, the more options I'll have next turn.
For the War Chief!
And now I'm gonna give him. I gotta. I'm gonna play the 6/6 and hit him in the face. Seems like a good option.
Try one.
Take that trade. Put his hand up.
Oh.
Coin out the web spinner, cause why not? Now his hand is full of mostly bananas. You know what that means. If you guess time for the curse, you'd actually be wrong. Wait and see what happens. How can you predict the Shifter's Irises? By playing a Lorewalker Cho. I liked all the cards in my hand at this point, except for like the River Crocolisk. But the Lore Walker Cho was prime. You saw the shenanigans it caused last game. Or not last game, 2 games ago. And I was like, if I played the Curse of Ratham, he'd get cursed, but then he'd also get a Curse of Ratham, and that shit would just escalate out of control. So I'm just gonna protect my Lore Master Cho by playing my Fierce Monkey. And then hero powering to get more Shifter Xeruses. I considered that, but I wanted something better, not a River Crocolisk. I got greedy. Also, that was a good one to kill. I'll take that rotten banana. Thank you.
Try this.
Oh, thanks for that. Now what am I gonna do, right? Well, Sorcerer's Apprentice, with all these spells coming my way, come on, I gotta, right? Like, there's no way I can't do that. Go ahead and buff, put that in his hand. I'll cast the Implosion, because why not? Perfect, then I can just hit him with a Rotten Banana again. Fill up his hand some more. Come on, let's keep this going. Do I want to hit him with the curse now? No, I kind of want to, you know, remove his weapon. Just make sure he can't do fucking anything on his goddamn turn. Just put him in the dirt. I felt so bad for this warrior, man. Dude, I was like the Shifter Xeruses were giving me like the best fucking things possible. Like, it was everything that I needed. I just got. It was great. I felt really bad for him. Yeah, that was not a good game for him. I also had Yogg-Saron in my hand. I never used that curse, by the way. It just didn't happen. But I also had Yogg-Saron in my hand. That would have been really fun to play. Fortunately, I didn't have the mana for it. So this was another mage. I didn't. So yeah, basically the Druid one and the Mage one are basically like, I don't know if I can win this unless I have the mirror match, and then like I immediately got the mirror match. So it's just gonna be a matter of who gets the better luck. Who has better RNG, me or Radar over here? Can't use it yet, but that's going to be a good one to have for turn 4. Pay 2 to get a 6/6 pretty much, or pay 2 to get a 4/4, and then have pay another 2 to make it a 6/6 and deal 1 damage or something. Like, it's pretty solid.
What doesn't broke you, real groove you.
Had to have something on the board.
Feed the fish, landlubber.
I enjoy raiding.
I think I messed that up. I think what I should have done was ping the 3/3 to get rid of the Divine Shield and then hit the 2/1 with the Hosen Healer instead. Because then the Hosen Healer would be at 2/4 and the board condition would still be pretty much how it is now. So I definitely messed up that play. Not terribly. And instead of trading you in for the 6/3, it's like maybe he has a greater arcane missiles, but he's gonna have to wait till turn 7 to have that.
Tonight, a tale of long-lost worlds.
Get behind me.
For honor, the earth are upon us.
Pin him in the face to buff that. Not very useful. Silithid Swarmer's pretty good,
High tide.
I guess. I mean, like, not really, but it's okay to have on the board for free.
What's the flight plan?
Well played.
He's just
Well played.
not dead yet.
High tide.
Yep. Pretty much as soon as I got that Cavalcade, it's just like, I win.
versus Liadrin.
My hammer burns with holy fire.
So, Priest was another difficult one for me because I always have really bad luck with the legendaries that I get. Like, Confessor Paletress I got almost every time, but then other than Confessor Paletress, I got like absolute shit. Just like garbage legendaries.
Wow.
Things that like would be good if they were in a normal deck, but basically just do nothing because they don't combo with anything in my deck, so. And I'm up against that paladin that casts random spells.
Death does not scare me.
That is incredible.
So now I can play out the Confessor Paletress for 1 mana. Kazakus pretty much doesn't do anything really in this deck. Because I have to pretty much draw my entire deck just to have it trigger. Cthulhu's not super good because I can't buff it at all. Deathwing's okay, I guess, but it's like, that's super late game anyway, so no point in playing it now. Spirit Singer, I don't know about Spirit Singer. Ozruk could be good, but I need all of the other Ozruks basically in my hand.
Options.
So, Confessor Palatrus is still the best option. Because it just lets me get more board control for doing almost nothing. Liadrin. I don't think I have Liadrin as a hero. I don't have Liadrin and I don't have the Murloc Shaman. But I do have Maiev and oh shit. Tyrande. Alright, I'm gonna do that. Get a guy. No idea what to do with
That
that.
is incredible.
Who's up for an adventure?
Life tap. It's not bad. Steady shot. Probably not gonna help. Life tap's gonna be better. Because tempo. And I can still get another legendary.
Confess.
Time's up. Let's do this.
I believe this is the last game of this video too. And there's not much that you can really... Like, he needs some kind of, like, super sweet... Like, he needs to get, like, an Astral Communion or some crap. But even then, I still can just, like, drop a couple of guys out on the board. On the field. Now we both have Death Wings. And we're probably just gonna trade the Death Wings. Okay, probably just be a better idea to hit the Deathwing with the 8-4 and then the 4-4. She's gonna make sure I can't do that. And take out the...
Well played.
Still, got another Confessor Palatrus.
Take this time to consider your best deeds.
Time's up. Let's do this.
Confess.
And let's go ahead and hero power, get 2 more legendaries on the board.
So many wonderful poison weeds on your for vengeance.
Job's done. It was a counter spell. Which is fine, because I really don't need it at this point. I'm gonna get, like, if she has anything that can deal 2 damage, basically. Like, if they had a, Consecrate, I'd be milling cards. My hand would be full.
You'll win, friend. I can see.
But they don't, so, good game. And I believe that is it for this video, everybody, so I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching.